All right. This is going to be Noble executes smokes utilities and callouts for Vertigo. We're going to start CT side because that's where I started. So look at that, 121 kills on that Neo Noir. I know everybody's jealous. Not a huge deal. All right. So we're going to go ahead and purchase. I bought armor for some reason. Gray. To the right. Throw. And it's going to bounce off that. And there you go. So a little bit more to the right, and you'll get it even. Or sorry, a little bit more to the left, and you'll get it even. But again, this isn't bad because they're gonna have to push regardless, and you can stop that one way. But so remember that's from traffic cone. Mid smoke. One thing you want to make sure you're doing on the mid smoke. This is the pre-fire from hell, in my opinion, right here. This guy right here. They're gonna come around and pre-fire this corner, or they're gonna boost here. So you're playing mid. Throw this out. The lineup, I'll go back and show it because I realize I'm not showing the lineup. That smokes it completely. It's not a one-way. They cannot see through it. The lineup is the second circle and just generic. You have a lot of room to give, a lot of room to fuck up on. So anywhere in here should be fine. One big thing though, when you are playing mid, throw that smoke. If you hear them, fall back here. Going up into nest, you can see people going into nest from here. You do not need to play there because that's a pre-fire. This gives you a better angle. This also allows for you to play. You can also play back here if you're super cheeky. But I don't have the response time to do that. All right. Those are your two basic smokes that you want to do for counter util. It just slows them down. Next one is going to be from heaven. As close to this box as you can get it without hitting the box. Throw that. So what that does is that allows for you to have this cover. You can also play a pretty tight one-way. Ooh, that's not what we wanted. So you can play a pretty tight one-way right there. Easier to play with an op, but you can at least see them. Another one, secret. Obviously, throw it just a little bit towards the ground. Don't try to get bounced off the back wall. So now this is covered. You can play jump up here. You can cover all of this, especially if the smoke is here as well. They can't see you. They have to roll out, and you have a teammate that's watching that. So just be prepared. Understand that these are just pushing smokes. These are just ones to get them to stop. If you hear them fast out something, this is allowing for, your guy off mid to be able to rotate, your guy from B to be able to rotate. Our game plan for Noble is to be able to run a 1-1-3, so 3 on A, 1 in mid, 1 on B. Playing 2 on B, you just get really stacked up, and it gets really congested quickly. I would rather see us play the retake on B than worry about trying to stop them getting onto site. So, that smoke there. The next smoke down, this one's a little bit more difficult. Your lineup is going to be this shadow right here, and it's pretty much just following along that. You are then going to aim right about there. So the crosshair lineup is the dots on the right-hand side and the top. And then this one is pretty difficult if you haven't thrown it before. You want to go a little higher. So as you can see, I'm actually lined up with the bottom. You go there, it'll flash in between the two, and then you've covered the guy in headshot, and again, he has to look down. I think that's all the utility for CT, so let's go ahead. I'll run over to the T side, and we'll run through that. So this is a smoke for CT, or for T side. You're gonna want to aim right under that little overhang there. Jump throw, and that's gonna land in secret. This is kind of a in-between smoke. You're realistically, like, it's cool when it lands, it's great, but this doesn't do a whole hell of a lot for me unless they're playing super aggressive. If they're playing really aggressive, having this is fine, and it's actually worthwhile. However, if you're going to throw that, you are typically throwing a fake. You want them to think that you're there, you want them to think that you're here. This will soak up time. However, you need to remember that on this map, the maximum rotate time is 20 seconds from site to site, even if you go down here and go through connector. So make sure that you are on top of the fact that if you're going to throw that, it is a fast out, don't stop, don't worry about dying, like, don't worry about your KD. You need to be moving quickly and getting out onto site and exploding out and taking what ground we can take, especially on T side. This is going to be a Stewie 2K smoke. This is a fast. This is also another fake option. You're going to aim at the top there. It's a walk throw. It goes up, and it covers top of platform and top of ramp, backside ramp. So what this allows for you to do is it allows for you to take secret, but it also allows for you to fake. If you have a smoke here, the guys cannot see you from up here. They're not going to be able to just replicate that. Okay. So they're going to be able to see you here because I threw the smoke incorrectly, but the other one, you won't be able to see it. This is going to give you a window in. It's also going to allow you to stay safe. Working our way up up ramp. Sorry, I'm having a aneurysm. We're going to aim at the bottom, this here, and it's just going to be a jump throw. It'll hit off scaffolding, and that's going to be left side bomb. The nice part about this one is it covers this angle that I hate so much, which is here, so that you can swing onto site. Your next smoke is going to be based off of this screw here, or this nut right here, and then anywhere between there and there will land where you need it to. Throw it right in the middle just to make everybody happy. Go, it pops, you have a smoke here. You have a full site. This is completely yours. They have to push the smoke. If they push the smoke, you probably have at least 3 people up here. Not a huge deal. So these are the smokes covering A side. There's one more option for smoke if you really wanted to, and that's going to be same area, right above the doorway. Throw that, and that will actually block the guy playing door. It will not block heaven though, so that will be a problem if they have an opper, but the other 2 smokes will. So the two smokes on site here are kind of counterintuitive to throw this one. However, if you have a guy that is holding this, because there is a sliver angle right here, it is worth throwing and force him to rotate up into heaven. So that's the smokes for a ramp. We're gonna cover the smokes for the smoke wall that we're throwing on B. Again, these are just strats that we have come up with. These are not official strats at all. So just real quickly talking about the idea of this, you have 3 guys pushing out. One is going to cover danger. He's going to secure here. Your second guy in is going to come into this corner, bury himself in sandbags, crouch, look at the top corner here, stand up, and throw. That is going to cover right side E-box in comparison, in relativity to where you are planting. So that covers here. So you have this entire side. The nice part with this is it also covers nest. So you do not have to worry about the guy that's going to stand there and try to pick your team off one by one. So, second guy throws this. First guy who has cleared all of this already and feels confident. At the same time he's throwing that, he's going to come up, clear, step down, and throw, not that, throw a fire. That is going to cover all the way back on double. Once he does that, he's good. He's pushing up sight. The second guy is going to swing up, and he's going to throw a molly into back into pillar. Your third guy has 2 jobs. One, he is going to smoke headshot. The lineup for that is the corner, that rust spot, get above it, it's pretty loose, you just got to get close. He then is going to, as his team is running up and clearing, one teammate will go to the left of white, so right there. One teammate will go to the right in the cubby here. And as he is running up, he is going to run, throw, nope. As he's running up, he's going to run, throw. That flash is going to flash him in. Remember, when you're coming in, you're going to have back of white is going to be flamed off, pillar is going to be flamed off. You're going to have smoke here, and smoke here. The flash is for anybody that decides to push through smoke. The flash is not necessary. If you get up, if your first 2 guys up say we've taken sight or we've done the trade or whatever, do not feel obligated to flash, but understand that that flash is obviously an option. As far as T side B goes, the last portion of this puzzle is the hardest smoke to throw. You're going to bury yourself in the I-beam here. You're going to A key, and you're going to end up clipping. So go to clip, turn around. You're going to aim in the middle of this guy here. Okay. Right there. Well, this gives you this. Like I said earlier, it gives you this. And it gives you this. So at this point, even if you had to do a trade, you have 2 on site and 2 pushing up nest. Guys coming from nest, you have the opportunity to clear up to nest because you can throw that smoke from complete safety, clear nest, clear rainbow, clear CT, and then hold for the retake. So that is the full set of smoke utility for the T side. We're gonna cover fire right now, which I showed most of it, but we're just gonna make sure that we cover it one more time. Fire, you're gonna have a guy throwing pillar. You're going to have a guy throwing back of white. And again, notice that this does not cover all of white. It pushes the guy to here. But as you're pushing up, he wants to see who's coming, so he's gonna peek here, so be prepared for a peek there. Other options for fire are pretty, we don't have to show you lineups, like they're pretty simple. You can throw, you literally can just throw that and it forces the guy off of the angle right here. If you have if you're trying to get back in to take, like say you're going mid to B, you can throw that there. As far as fire goes for this way, we're gonna run through, there's a couple fire here that's going to help. One is going to be, again, you're at this screw here. You're going to aim to the left side of those holes there. Put it up in the air. Okay, that is backside of headshot. That means they cannot jump down. And at this point, they would have to jump up to stay out of trouble. So that they'd have to be right here. That gives you an easy shot. Next set of fire is going to be the middle scaffolding of the ramp here. Aim at the corner. Right there where the yellow meets the I-beam, jump, throw, and that's going to cover new box and secret. This is a pretty typical spot right here for people to be playing. That fire will burn them. They will have to rotate out. This gives you the chance, while they're holding that, to come up, have guys come up this way and pre-fire these angles here. That's pretty much all of your fire for T side. As far as flashes go, one primary flash that everybody here should pretty much be using is scaffolding. Just get it in the scaffolding. Doesn't have to be anything super important. Doesn't have to be a lineup. It's literally just, you can be standing here. As long as it gets into, that's not a flashbang. As long as it gets into the scaffolding, you're fine. So that, yep, that's still going to cover people even though it hit off something. It's kind of a nice generic flashbang you guys can use. Again, rule of thumb is if you can molly it, you can flash it, and it at least gives your team utility. So you can jump throw this, just flash new box. You've also flashed headshot. So if you have a guy here, he can peek that. flashes as well. For T side, as long as I hit the right button. Just remember, like, it's just basic flash. Like, this is great because it covers here. Those are the two big ones though that you want to be able to flash out. The other flash out that you need to be able to do for sure is taking B. There's going to be two. One secondary guy that's going up top. You're going to throw here. That flashes right above box. It's going to flash anybody down towards CT. It's also going to flash anybody in nest. Other big thing to remember with this is that when you're throwing it, do not throw it with your teammate behind you. Make sure that you are throwing it and your teammate, as you're throwing it, is already sitting right here about anti-flash and then swings out and takes a look. Secondly, the other one that you need to know for the B execute for sure, and just in general, like this is something that you can use in pugs. This is something you can use pretty much all over. You're gonna bury yourself in this corner. You're gonna look up, pull my pistol out, where the T in the concrete is right there where the bricks are. Pull up your flashbang, jump throw. What that's gonna do is that's actually gonna pop out. Again, this is another one where like your third person is gonna be throwing this because you want two guys here. You're gonna clear this fight here, swing in, and then clear this fight, and it will literally flash right here behind you. So you can come in and peek, and you get a free peek on headshot or that, depending on what smokes you have down. Like I said, the other flash that I showed earlier is pretty, if it's needed. If not, it's not a huge deal. But if you're coming back or if you're rotating, this flash right here, so it breaks right here. You'll be able to run in, free fire here, and plant. So that's all of the utility. Real quickly, we'll run through callouts that we're using. Like I said, this is not necessarily official callouts, but these are the ones we will be using for this game. This is CT. This is Nest. This is E-Box. Headshot. Pillar. Double. White. Default. Cubby. Danger. This is going to be B ramp. Under B ramp. This is still going to be, this is called tunnels, apparently. I don't love that, but that's what we'll call it because I don't want to just keep saying T-spawn. This is connector. This is T-spawn, T-spawn, bathrooms. This is going to be T-ramp. This is mid. This is mid. This is under nest. This is CT entrance. This room is rainbow. This is CT. This is heaven. This is jump up. This is headshot. New box. Secret. This is the default. This is always planting for secret. There's no reason not to plant it for secret. This is sandbags. This is top of ramp. Platform. A ramp. This is scaffolding. Anything that has the little ramps and stuff is the scaffolding. This is bottom ramp. This section right here is called bridge. There's a jump up that you can do on it to hold an angle that confuses the shit out of people. It's great. This is lower ladder, con, T, and then remember that there actually is a ramp or a top of ladder as well. And we're back to mid. That should be pretty much everything.